Hi, I'm Kay Spivey. Today what I wanted to do was Megan Tennett's Indiecember writing tag. Megan Tennett owns the channel Cloud Kitten Chronicles, which I will go ahead and link you over to, and she runs Indiecember, which she did last year and they're doing it again this year. Basically, supporting indie authors is bingo. There are prizes. The video link is going to be down below for you so she can explain a little bit more of what's going on. And we are a little bit into December, but there's plenty of time to join in if you're reading a bunch this December. So it's down below, but I just thought it'd be really fun to like jump in on this tag. I didn't get tagged or anything, but I was looking for a holiday tag and I was like, Megan Tennett's tag. One of the a little bit crazy things about her tag is that you need a bingo board. So, like an adult, I drew one up in crayon for myself. And we're gonna play a little bit of bingo here. Now, how does this bingo game work? So, there are 25 boxes, there are 25 questions that are all in Megan Tennett's Indiecember writing tag video, which is also linked below, and I'll go ahead and copy and paste the questions down to my link as well, just because there are a lot of them and this is complicated. So the entire point is you're trying to get bingo. You're going to use a random number generator and answer all of the questions until you get bingo. And when you get bingo, you win! I've got the questions ready here on my phone. I'm gonna pull up a random number generator and let's get started. My first question is question 12. Question number 12. Holiday parties. Do you have a log line prepared for when someone asks about your book? Or do you run and hide? Or do you have a masterful plan of a diversion the rest of us could use? So you throw something. I have a really hard time telling people about my book if I know them. I kind of gauge what they might be interested in. Usually I just say, the book I'm writing, Circuit, is a fantasy story. It kind of takes place in a magical world, but sort of after their Industrial Revolution. There's a lot of mazes and labyrinths and intrigue, and there's zombies at the end. And yeah, I kind of leave it at that. Every now and then people have more questions for me, but either people tend to run away once you mention that you're doing a fantasy book, or they're just not that interested. People aren't that interested. But that's usually what I go with. That was question number 12. So I get this space. Question number 18 is next. 18, blizzard. What is your favorite weather to write in? I love writing when it snows. Snow for me, I grew up where there's snow and I'm living where there's not really snow. So snow for me really like sparks the creative genius. I love writing when it's nice and cold out and it's warm inside and I can have my tea or my cocoa or my coffee with peppermint in it. Oh my god. I don't know, if there's no reason to go outside, you're just staying indoors. I find that I read a lot better in the winter too. Like, I just like it when the weather matches the mood. So definitely snowy weather is the best for that. So this is the right time of year. I always find that I write a lot of poetry in the winter, so that's fun. Question number 2. Rudolph, do you have any furry writing companions? Bonus points for showing them. There they are, in their Christmas vests. Boys, Zuko, hey! Are we not pleased? Are we unhappy? Oh, you look so cute though. You guys look so cute. Question number 10. I'm getting all even numbers, is that weird? Question number 10, Santa's bag. If you could tell Santa one item that should be given to every writer everywhere, what would it be? Oh my gosh, I know exactly. It would be the little mug warmer, the coffee mate. I'll take a little bit of film. We're gonna do some B-roll for this video. But one of these, the little coffee mug warmer, saved my tea life. Next one is question number 13, Santa's list. How many characters are in the main cast of your most recent work in progress or publication? So in Circuit, because we're going to stick with that, even though I know the moon painting is actually my most recent work in progress, but I'm still trying to get Circuit published, and there's only like 3 main characters in the moon painting one. But in Circuit, you have Rowan and Charisse, who are the normals, and then you have the 5 magicians. So a total of 7 main characters. Question number 16. Cutting down Christmas trees. Do you edit your manuscript in digital format or print out? I've done the print out method a couple of times And it works really well for me, actually. I find it gets me going. The red pen style works phenomenally, but now that I've come up with my like 2-part editing thing where I use the Comic Sans and then transfer each chapter over, this is very complicated. So I change everything into Comic Sans, edit it, move it to another program, have it speak the words to me, and then edit it as the speaking is going. And after I do it that way and then transfer it back to Times New Roman, which is so much better to read than Comic Sans, but not as good to edit with, I have a fairly clean draft going. So that is my current hack for that. 23 is next. Traditions. What holidays or traditions exist in your story's world? If you have too many to list, what's your favorite? In my world, it's not really a holiday. There's a giant break basically when the rainy season comes. My character lives in kind of a plains area, but the monsoons come in every year, and that is really their kind of quiet time. They do all of their selling beforehand. There's kind of some festivals going on before the rains, and then everyone takes the rainy season off, and after the rains there's kind of another festival, and you get all of your work in if you're a carpenter like Rowan is, and you start up again for the next year. So I guess that's kind of a celebration. It's more of a like stay home, appreciate your family, kind of, you know, you eat out of your pantry, everyone stays in. It's not that the rains are terribly dangerous, it's just that they really only come once a year. And so everyone kind of closes up businesses and treats it like a holiday period. Duco, where's my crayon? Do you say crayon or crayon? Because I know it's a crayon, but I do say crayon every time. All right, next up is 4. Elves, do you have any writing helpers you'd like to shout out? Emotional support maybe, or critique partner, anyone who helps you from the shadows. My main critique partner is my friend Kaylee. We've been friends since high school. I think I've like gushed about her story before. Her story is very like kind of Neil Gaiman-esque. Neil Gaiman meets Haruki Murakami. It's very dark and twisted and interesting. I love her story. So we pass our chapters. I actually need to get some pages back to her. So Kaylee, if you're watching this, I am so sorry for being about 3 months late on your next set of chapters. So I'm gonna work on that after this. Ooh, yeah, but Kaylee is my big buddy for that. Or you guys want to take a peek at how the scoreboard is looking so far? I do not have any bingos or any close ones quite yet. Alright, so next question is going to be question number 20. Gingerbread house. Who is your handiest or craftiest character? Well, crafty and handy, 2 different ways. Rowan is a carpenter. She's been a carpenter since she could pick up a block of wood and help. She's probably the handiest character. She can pretty much, if it comes to building something or like problem solving with your hands, she's pretty good at that. But the craftiest, everyone is kind of artistic in their own ways. Like for example, An is very good with plants. He loves growing things. Remy is very musical. Who like builds stuff? Probably it would have to go to Mirai then, because Mirai actually crafts metal as part of her power. She creates her swords for battle. She creates jewelry for other things. So it would probably have to go to Mirai. Man, we gotta be getting close to a bingo at some point here. All right, number 6. Christmas lights. What character would be most likely to use Christmas lights inappropriately? So just to tie someone up, shock someone, to break an explosive, you name it. I don't know if like that type of violence is quite the way. The person who would think of doing it that way is probably between Kezi and Mirai. Since I've already said Mirai, I guess I'll have to go with Kezi. Yeah, he would be the first to suggest they use them in an inappropriate manner. 21. Ooh, we're getting really close. We are super close. If I get 19 for the next one, that'll be bingo. Okay, question number 21. Snow Angel. Which of your characters is most likely to make a snow angel, and which is most likely to be wishing they were on a beach instead? Oh, making a snow angel. It's the type of delightful thing that you would think Charisse would be into, but Charisse would be the one who's wishing she was on a beach somewhere instead. She's not one for the outdoors, really. Probably the one who would actually have a lot of fun and make a snow angel and be delighted is An, because he's very delighted by things, even though he seems like he would not enjoy the snow. I think he would have a lovely time. Okay, so I'm gonna show you again real quick now. If I get number 19 here, we're gonna have a bingo. We're getting real close now. Ooh, but we got 15 instead. Okay, wrapping. What character would spend way too much time wrapping presents because they wanted it to look perfect? Zet. Zet really likes doing things kind of big and bold. He would definitely have the nicest presents, and he'd make sure he had the nicest presents. Number 1. Do we have anything yet? Nope, still no bingos. Question number 1, The Nightmare Before Christmas. What's a writing or book release mistake that still haunts you? Publishing my first poetry book with that terrible vanity press? Probably it's that one. That one was so horrible. It was such a bad experience. I should have known better, and yet I learned from it. 24. Man, if this was a real bingo, this is how real bingo happens for me. I get all the ones around and I never get a bingo. I never win bingo. All right, 24. Santa's Workshop. Show us your writing space or a picture of your writing space. Bonus points if it's a disaster zone. Oh good, it's gonna be a disaster zone. Eek, 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 eek. Yay! Number 17. I might get through all of these. Oh wait! Number 17 is bingo! Okay, so last question then. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Which of your characters is the most likely to steal cookies and or gifts from Santa? I feel like I've already said most of their names, because Remy would not. Yeah, Remy would not, and he's pretty much who's left in the main cast. Oh, let me go a little bit further in. Other characters who would steal Santa's milk and cookies. They're not in the first book, but she doesn't really even have a name yet. But there is a character in the second book, the Pirate Queen. I mean, just by her name you can tell. She's the Pirate Queen, but she's a bit ruthless, and if there were cookies sitting out, she wouldn't even ask. Those would be her cookies. We'll go with her, even though she's technically not from this book. I have written the first draft of the second book, so spoiler alert, it has pirates in it. But there we go. I got a bingo. Yay! There we have it. My Indecember writing tag. I got a bingo. Finally. That was most of the questions. Now, if you want to know what the other questions were, or you want to do the tag yourself, those are going to be down in the description. I'm going to link over to Megan Tennant's channel, and you can go ahead and decide to do this as well. This is a lot of fun. There are some things I hadn't really thought about too much, like holidays in my world. We have like rainy season, but I'd like to put in some more like festivities, or maybe even do a little bit more, because in the year that my book takes place, there really isn't a festival that year. Everyone's closing down early because they're in a national mourning period because the Queen has died. You don't get to see any of it, but I feel like there should be more. In the prequel that I wrote way in the past, up in Therum there are a lot of summer festivals. I've done a little bit more, in my head at least, kind of a combination between, you know, like in Japan, they'll have a whole bunch of summer festivals where everyone like dresses up, and big pop-up festival in town with lots of like street food and things. A combination between that and like the circus coming to town. I sort of formulated that they have a bunch of those throughout the land there. And there's not really the same thing down in Pella where this story takes place, but maybe I'll come up with something else that's kind of along those lines. But I hope you're having a wonderful December. I hope writing is going well. I'm kind of taking a break from writing because NaNoWriMo was a lot. I'm working a little more on YouTube, a little more on Pokemon Sword. Although I finished my second route in Fire Emblem, and I am definitely gonna go do Blue Lions next. And I'm just trying to be like, girl, you should finish Pokemon before you're doing like 2 things at once again. But let's be honest, I'm gonna go start the next Fire Emblem. I'm also baking cookies today. I made my molasses cookies. I'm gonna make sugar cookies because I'm having some friends come over. All my coworkers are coming to decorate cookies because that's something I love doing that I haven't done in a long time. So yeah, I'm gonna go film all that B-roll now. Good luck to all of us. Bye! say, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. He's like, no. No, we do not like our Christmas sweater.